How would you define peace? Is there peace waiting for us on the other side of the tunnel? Is peace really attainable?
Our national hero, Jose Rizal once said, "Ang kabataan ng pag-asa ng bayan." This quote hit me hard since it is true that the children are our future's hope. But unfortunately, not all children have the capacity to succeed in life. I strongly, loudly, and bravely voice out on behalf of the children and announce that I am upholding equal opportunities for children in street situations. As someone who didn't come from a well-off family, I grew up having those big dreams that I want to achieve in order to succeed in life. I have met and encountered a lot of children with great minds and big dreams, but some of them are as yet experiencing various and deep-rooted deprivations that hinders them from participating, let alone surviving, the challenges of life. With all of these matters at hand, I strongly believe that lack of education is not the only problem, but is merely a factor that affects the competence of children. I believe that there is one solution. We're not just helping the children build their future, but we are also building the future of our country along the way. We can do this by volunteering in child welfare agencies and community organizations, giving a moment to listen to them, end discrimination, supporting and donating to local organizations and initiatives. It is never way too late to do something for our children. They are waiting for us, calling us and crying to us. It is our duty to fulfill our promise to our children.
Some people say education is the key to successful life. But how about those people who cannot afford it? There is still a huge gap between poverty and education because if reality reveals, we can't really achieve education if we don't have the money or privilege. I want to stand for those whose rights for education is denied by the extreme poverty. If we let our ideas get the pass, education is always the possible in spite of the state of our life. As a student, I will stand beside them and help them carry the burden of their situation. I will advocate for their rights and make the society understand that it is not their fault if they are poor and can't go to school to study. I want people to have a broader sense of understanding with regards of this matter. Instead of pushing the ideas, I will be better if we will help eradicate poverty and make the education accessible to all. Now the question is, will you join me in making the vision come into reality and make them have the life of dignity they rightfully deserve?
Now we can be in conflict with our friends and it is normal to have a misunderstanding. I know that you have relationships that trouble you, as this is true of everyone. If you are tired of getting upset or being irritated or unsuccessfully trying to correct those individuals, those maybe your once so-called friends, perhaps you should choose the route of simply seeking to be at peace. Negotiation with a difficult person is not always possible. So sometimes the best option is simply doing whatever is necessary to be at peace. So if you are exhausted from trying to fix an unfixable relationship and yet your contact with that person, deal with your own heart so that you can be at peace even with that person. As stated before, it doesn't mean that you have to agree with that person, condone what he or she does, or discard your beliefs to obtain peace. It simply means you choose not to enter into the fray with that person any longer. You will be more at peace as a result, and you will be unmoved by the difficult people in your life because you have set yourself to be at peace with all men, regardless of what anyone says or does. Learn to accept that there are other people around, other kind of thoughts, other beliefs, other religions, and that is totally okay. Our most valuable ownership is an open mind. Peace means living a life where your rights are guaranteed, a life in which your successes and failures are the result of your own actions, not neglect of the will of others. Peace is forgiveness. It only exists when you smile at the person who has made you go through a difficult situation. Peace is saying, let us move on.
Discontentment is the main reason why our country cannot achieve peace. It is why it resulted from corruption, is usually the cause of why Filipino people still suffering from poverty. Fighting for territory, just like what happened with the Philippines and China fought for the West Philippine Sea, and just like what happened to the CPP-NPA and the government. Do you think it is helpful for us living in this kind of nation, our community? There can never be peace between us and the nation until we are at peace with ourselves. We don't need to fight each other, despite of our differences.
So the aim is to pass the law within the 3-year period.
Where everyone is being heard about their sides, where everyone is already contented with the things that they have, where everyone has a freedom and rights to stand with themselves, and everyone treated equal despite of the differences in life.
When I think the word peace, the thought that comes into my mind is that it is something living in abundant and harmonious life, where it's free from war and distress. Peace is just a one word, but it's a certain thing that humans hard to attain of. It's already 2022, yet we couldn't deny the fact that we're still experiencing injustice, inequality, crime, and violence, and any other social problems, which it still exists in today's generation. As a student and as a future social worker, it's my goal to serve the country someday, and comes by serving as also my hope to bring change, peace, and to have a positive impact to people's lives. In order to attain peace in our country, we people should be kind, empathetic, and loving to each other. Being kind is the nicest thing that you can ever do to someone, and it costs nothing to do it. On the other hand, being empathetic can also help us relate to other people and have more positive relationships with our friends, family, and even perfect strangers we encounter in our daily lives. Last one, which is the most important thing in the world, is love. Because how can we achieve peace if there is no love, right? Love brings us together. It brings out the best in us. To sum it all up, we sometimes feel helpless and unsure of what to do to avoid war, hate, and unfairness from happening in the world that we live in. But there is a way, and it begins with you.
My name is Mary, and peace begins with you.
My name is Janjan, and peace begins with you.
My name is Andrea, and peace begins with you.
My name is Nashbeya, and peace begin with you.
My name is Alana, and peace begins with you.
We
Are the future
Of the
Philippines.
When the morning comes, I watch you rise. There's a paradise they couldn't capture. That bright infinity inside your eyes. 매일 밤 내게 날아가